Want to experience the best hike in Tuscany and avoid the crowds? On our month-long road trip throughout Italy, we left Florence before sunrise and made our way to the stunning hillside town of San Gimignano. With the medieval streets all to ourselves, we watched the sunrise over the vineyards before hitting the trails. It's the road less traveled with a few unexpected turns.
Hopefully we'll be okay!
After our hike, we'll continue south, passing through the iconic fields from Gladiator on our way to Rome. Ready to see Tuscany differently? Come along for the ride.
Good morning from beautiful Tuscany. We are here in the hillside town of San Gimignano, and it is a gorgeous morning here. We're so excited. We're going to be hiking along through the countryside and linger exploring this amazing town. But I gotta tell you, it's been so special to be here at first light, walking through without anybody here. I imagine there'll be a different scene later, but for now we're really excited to hit the trails and see some of these beautiful hills and vineyards of Tuscany.
We started off on the Poetic Walk, a quiet paved path leading us along with breathtaking views that have inspired writers throughout the ages. Along the way, plaques shared their words, adding even more depth to the beauty around us. We continued our way around San Gimignano, a town known and loved for its iconic skyline of medieval towers. In the 14th century, when it fell under Florence's control, many hill towns were ordered to cut down their towers as a show of loyalty. But San Gimignano was a rare exception, and today, 14 of its original 72 towers still stand, preserving its skyline.
Look at this view. I can't believe this.
Confession. Originally, we woke up this early to get here to have the sunrise out on the trails. We're like, oh, we're gonna hike in the dark for a little bit. We'll watch the sun come up over the vineyards while on the trail, and it'll be the most magical morning. But then we got here, and we saw the empty streets.
And the sun starting to rise.
It was just starting to rise, and it just looked so inviting. And we've seen the videos and images of San Gimignano. During the day, it's a hustling, bustling city. And so we couldn't help ourselves. And I'm so glad we took the time just to walk around the town without anyone there and then find all these beautiful courtyards. We're still the only ones that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, aside from another photographer who is on the opposite side of the city than we typically are, and the vendors opening up shop, like this has felt like we've been all alone in a medieval town. Mm-hmm. We woke up at 4 a.m. to get here by 6, and we just wanted to get on the trail. But here we are, 7:30, and we're still exploring because it's just so many different things to see.
I know we keep saying, okay, now we're gonna get to the trail, which is, I think, where we're heading, but we don't know. We're just
playing it by ear.
We're just doing our own thing, and we're loving it. So the first little bit of this trail is actually along the road. It'll take us to the path that will lead us through the hills. So we had seen a few people saying just to be careful on the roadside. There are cars passing pretty quickly, but again, since it's early, there's been very few cars, which is kind of nice, and we're still just taking in all these incredible views. I'm already having to exercise patience and not stop and film everything because we're not even on the actual path yet. So, but man, what a gorgeous day we have. We quickly left the paved road behind, stepping onto the dirt and gravel path winding through the vineyards. Along the way, we were rewarded with changing views of San Gimignano in the distance, framed by the rolling hills. Since it was just after sunrise, the trail was quiet, with no one else in sight for miles. For much of the 6-mile loop, we hiked in near silence, just soaking in the views. It was unbelievably peaceful. The vineyards themselves were stunning, and it's hard to believe they produce 9 million bottles a year. Being surrounded by these beautiful hills and having the trail all to ourselves felt like a rare privilege.
Man, what a beautiful morning.
The path starts off first alongside the roads in and out of town, which is understandable. There's vineyards all around, a lot of private property. And then as you enter in towards like the actual vineyard areas, it then takes you along a dirt road that's very lightly traveled.
It's awesome. And we're just, weaving in and out of these different vineyards. The views from either side are absolutely incredible. And we're just really enjoying the peace and quiet of it all.
The views of the city have also been incredible from the distance.
Yeah, that's one of like the classic Tuscany things, right? Is seeing all these walled cities high up on the hills. So I think this was a good way for us to do it and explore. And I really think this was like our first time being alone out on the trails since we've gotten to Italy. So I'm really grateful and excited for the rest of this hike. I'm also really looking forward to grabbing breakfast when it's done.
Yeah, it'll be a late breakfast, early lunch. Some might call it brunch-ish.
Brunch in Italy?
Maybe.
Ciao, Leanne from the future here with some exciting news before we get back to the hike. As you may know, Danny and I can afford to travel the world thanks to miles and points. From nearly free airfare to hotel stays at no cost, we are very grateful to continue to learn how to visit more places for less. Our teacher, Daily Drop. This is the best travel newsletter out there, and it's entirely free. And if that wasn't enough, they just created the best miles and points tool, Daily Drop Pro. Daily Drop Pro searches multiple airline and hotel programs for you and shows you the best deal, points, fees, and all. In just a few clicks, you can find that perfect flight to Italy or wherever your wanderlust takes you. We'll do a deep dive video on the inner workings of Daily Drop Pro so you can see for yourself, but there is currently a big promotion underway. So check out the link in the description below and don't miss out on this game-changing travel tool. Okay, back to the hike.
There's been some really cute hotels and Airbnbs along this trail. Definitely noting them for next time. Busier at this point, but we're on the road just for a little bit and then the trail picks up back through one of the vineyards, so we're just hugging the rail. Danny, you doing good?
Yep.
All right, hopefully we'll be okay. Whew. You can really feel the wind coming off of the cars.
There's at least plenty of room on this road for cars to safely pass pedestrians walking on the side. And we know that we are not the only people to walk along the sides of roads out here in Italy. It's a common occurrence where people are walking from destination to destination.
Still spooky. All right.
And just like that, we're off the main road.
Back on the gravel.
It has been an awesome hike out here. I think we're only about a mile away now. You can see San Gimignano behind me, and I think we're about to go into the city and go grab some food.
I wonder how different this is gonna look.
Oh my gosh, I can already see the people in the entryway over here.
There's a chocolate fountain in there. Probably not on the menu for breakfast, but it did look really good. I'll say it's obviously busier, but not as busy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, some of these towns that we've been to so far, you've seen it's been shoulder to shoulder almost, having to walk through crowds, but this has been relatively easy, although it is still early for a lot of Europe. We are back on the road, and Leanne is getting her first taste of driving in Italy as we make our way towards Rome.
Yeah, and so far so good. We're still keeping with our strategy of taking the back roads, the most scenic route. So we're really enjoying it. Always a new experience driving in a different country, just getting used to the different rules and whatnot. But I think it's going well so far.
And this is the first time you're driving stick since we had Dora.
I know, it's been years since our car. We love Ruby, obviously. If you've been watching our videos for a while, you know she is a trooper. But it is fun to drive stick again because I don't get a lot of opportunity. So this has been great. I'm loving it.
And we're excited to take you along this journey as we may make 1 or 2 stops along the way to hopefully be able to see the Colosseum for sunset or catch an evening gelato before bed.
Ooh, I like that plan, Danny.
We are 2 hours into our nearly 6-hour road trip from Florence to Rome, and taking these back roads through these rolling hills has been absolutely captivating. And we just pulled over to switch out drivers.
And we are currently looking out over the fields where the movie Gladiator was filmed. So that's pretty cool. It's absolutely stunning. We have a beautiful walled city behind us, which is Pienza. And we're gonna continue on, and it looks like there's a lake along our path. So I'm excited to check that out.
Absolutely.
Well, for a moment there, I was sad because I saw the sign saying that we were leaving Tuscany. And then we came up and over the mountain, and then all of a sudden, this massive lake appeared. And this was a great stop, honey. This is something that you were looking forward to. You'd seen it on the map.
Yeah, I mean, everything shows Tuscany being the place to drive through and visit, and it's so scenic. And I was just like, well, there has to be something in Lazio, which is the area that Roma is in. And so I was like, well, let's see if there's scenic places. And I saw that this lake was along the way, and that looks amazing too.
Absolutely. So I think we're just going to explore for a little bit, stretch our legs. We still have a few hours till we arrive in Rome. So please subscribe, stay tuned for our adventure there.